Press Plus One catches up with William Shatner at the 2011 Calgary Entertainment Expo. Fans came out to the Stampede Corral and were entertained by Shatner on such topics as the Stanley Cup riots, albums with whale calls, and his new Star Trek-inspired documentary, The Captains.
I was at the 7th game, the last game of the Stanley Cup. I was there when Canada didn't do it, okay? Terrible. And on the screen was what we live for. I guess they regret putting it up after the game, but and Canada was alive and cooking on the first period, and then it just didn't work out. Then I left the arena, and I thought those 100,000 people there for me. I walked among them, and I heard explosions, and I saw gas. I thought, it's all for me. I tell you, it was a Canadian riot. Just awful. Policemen standing there saying, "Excuse me, sir, you're burning a car. Would you mind moving along?" It was a Canadian riot. It was unbelievable how polite everybody was. You'd see some of these kids taunting the police. Yeah, 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 yeah. But get back now, get back. If you were in LA, if you were in Los Angeles, don't ask. A few tasers, a few rubber bullets, a couple of live shots. It was awful. And then the next day, I'm working in Vancouver on a show, and the next day at 6 o'clock in the morning, when I had to get in a car and report for work, there were other citizens, the vast majority, on the streets cleaning it up. It was unbelievable. The last time that I had been in Vancouver to entertain was several years ago. I was doing, I think it was called the Star Wars concert. And I had devised something a little unusual. I had discovered what had been popular in those years was Sounds of the Deep, where they had whale sounds. And I put a piece of poetry called Whales Weep Not to this stuff. Now I'm in Vancouver, and I'm at the Star Wars concert, and I'm doing Sounds of the Deep. And everything relies on the because if I don't have I'm dead. As I'm walking to the stadium in Vancouver that evening, I see a lot of leather-jacketed guys on motorcycles with their babes behind them coming to the concert. And I'm thinking, how enlightened Canada is. See, but what I didn't know is they had advertised it in a wrong way, and everybody was coming thinking they were coming to a rock concert. So these leather-jacketed bikers, who probably were the guys who burned the things down, were coming to the concert. So now they're in the concert, and the 72-piece orchestra strikes up, and they're wondering, what the hell is going on here? Now I come out. And I come out, and I'm waiting. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I'm William Shatner, Canadian icon. And I'm waiting for the sound system had gone off. So there was no and I realized that it was not going to happen. So I say, they say the sea is cold. And I hear one biker yell, "Get off the stage!" And that was my evening, that evening in Vancouver. Followed by a riot. I don't know. Anyway. I thought how interesting it is for these actors who have played the captains in Star Trek. All of them. They're unusual people. They are talented. They are driven, they're intelligent, and I've got to go find out about them. I was able to make the captains, which is an hour and a half of an insights into the guys, including Chris Pine, who played the captains of Star Trek. I have focused on themes like love and hate and divorce and work and intertwining their lives. And I think it's going to be really super. And I think you will enjoy it. And it will be debuting in the States July 22nd and shortly thereafter in Canada, called The Captains. And I've developed a sort of love, and I'm not bad at it, of the ability to interview people and to get from them something heartfelt, something of their soul. And so I thought that after 39 interviews on the Bio channel, that it qualified me to explore some of these guys. So I went in depth to every single one of them and spent hours. They allowed me. I spent a day with Patrick Stewart at his home in England. I mean, I went everywhere. Avery Brooks. Avery Brooks is a great guy, but he's a little way out there. Just a little tiny bit. So when I went to him and said, where should we have this interview? He said, right here at the piano. So we sang our interview. It's funny, and it's touching. It's unique. Later in the fall, a book called Shatner Rules. Done, it's finished, it's pretty funny and I think good, and I hope you'll enjoy it. Friday and Saturday, I shoot the beginnings of an idea that I think I've sold, and the idea is this. You are the subject. Who comes to conventions? Not just Comic-Con or Star Trek convention, but all the kinds of conventions. Twilight Zone. There's 50 conventions run by Creation, and I am going to shoot the fans. The new documentary will be called Fan Addicts, and I will shoot your story. I discover that you come not for us, you come for each other. You see each other again. You are your best entertainment. You're here to see old friends and commiserate and exchange information. We're an appendage. That came as a blow. That's the subject of Fan Addicts, and I dream about how am I going to tell the story? I want to whip the camera. I've got to keep moving. I don't want to have two talking heads. They got to be moving and talking. And who are they? What's their personal story? And why are they here? And what are they doing here? And that's the subject of Fan Addicts. And I can't wait till next week. This is so Canadian, I can hardly believe it. Now they tell me we got another 10 minutes. So here I have the standing ovation. I'm ready to get off the stage. Sorry, it's not the end. You got to suffer through 10 more minutes. Now I want to get off so badly. All right. I'm going to take 2 more questions, and then what I want you to do is not to applaud. I'm going to take 2 more questions, and then I want absolute silence while I creep off the stage.